Okay, just detailed what it is a 2012. I'll show you in a minute. GT with the 5-liter in it, GT3 limited edition with the 5-liter in it. I like to brag about that a little bit because there's not many of her in the country and the world. But first, I know this isn't a fitness video, but I still got to do my all right. So this is part one of at least 2 or 3. I'm trying to cut down because I did a video and it ended up being 10 minutes showing all the cooling issues. Basically at 103,000 miles, I had a cooling issue with it, and I couldn't find it, and it was the weirdest thing. So reached out finally to a friend. He's a Range Rover mechanic out of town, been doing it forever. He goes, listen, it's a pinhole leak, you know how they are, didn't be a pain in the butt to find. Here's the best advice: just replace the whole system. And people, you know, the different Range Rover people sell like a whole kit to redo it, and I didn't really take his advice, but I ended up taking his advice because I tried to just do a little bit here, a little bit there, and it backfired in a way, and it was just easier. And again, after 3 weeks, ended up replacing the whole system. So my 2 cents is just replace the whole thing, because everything on modern cars is all plastic. So again, everything gets old, it breaks, it cracks. And before I forget, what happened was when another buddy was putting the cover back on, when we did a pressure test, the water pump, there's a plastic piece that goes in the water pump that I replaced with brass, and I guess it broke, it snipped, and then when I pulled it out, a piece got stuck in there. I tried everything I could to get it out, but I guess it like melted in there or something like that. So it was on the way to go out, but I guess either when I put the brass one in or something like that, it got sucked into the thermostat and caused it to overheat for a split second. Luckily, there was no damage. I've driven another 5,000 miles on it. The overheating only happened for a split second because I had water in there, you know what I mean, and cooled it down, and I was near home, so blah blah blah. So anyway, the point of that is, like what he said, replace the whole thing is what I would highly recommend. Plus you get it over with and it's done with, and then you should be good for like another 100,000 miles or so. And again, just do it. But again, I just wanted to do part 1 of 2 of this to help you out. But the cooling issue that started it was behind the rear, behind the intake plenum manifold or whatever it is. I guess there's like a rear crossover pipe. That's what started leaking, and that's why I couldn't find it, because you could only smell it leaking. Like when you sat, like in when I was picking my daughter from school, you sit in car line for like 10 minutes, and then like you smell it every once in a while. You wouldn't smell it in traffic, but you smell if it's sitting, and I guess whatever it was hitting on there, I could smell it. But I couldn't find it, and I didn't even know there was a crossover pipe until I had another Range Rover guy tell me, oh, there's the one in the back, and that's probably where it's leaking, because those are so hard to get to, most people don't replace them. So that's what started the leak with it. And then when he did that, I wish the mechanic, the guy that did it, because I only paid 150 bucks, I think it was like 150 bucks cash to for this guy to do it, minus the part. I wish he would have told me, because he already had the intake plenum off, that there's the crossover pipe, which I'll show you in the next video, to do it. Because you already have everything off, just replace it. And then when you're there, you might as well replace the water pump. But anyway, sorry, I'm trying to keep this video short. But if you're having a leak and you can't find it on the front end, look on the back end, and I just threw the crossover, the rear crossover pipe, but it's the one in the back that is, I heard, is super hard to get to. I would just take it to the dealership and have them do it. And plus then there's the bleeding issue. But anyway, I hope this isn't too confusing, and I'll be back with a second one.